This is Tintagel, land of Arthurian legends, epic castles, mysterious caves and stunning coastal landscapes. Let's take a look. Tintagel is a small village on the north coast of Cornwall in the southwest of England. Here you will find a quaint village as well as the legendary castle. The village has a population of less than 2,000 people and is worth looking around before venturing to the castle and the coasts. The main street is full of nice shops and places to eat. If you're after a Cornish pasty, then you will find plenty here. The most significant building in the village is the old post office. Built in the 14th century as a medieval manor house, it is now owned by the National Trust. The interior is full of fascinating rooms and artefacts. There is also a lovely garden at the back, definitely worth visiting before heading to the castle. Tintagel Castle is a medieval ruined fortress mostly located on Tintagel Island. It is most famous as being the place of conception of the legendary King Arthur. You know the one, he pulled a sword from the stone and he chilled out with wizards. The extensive ruins currently visible are the remains of a castle built by Richard I in the 13th century to form a connection with the legend of Arthur. There is evidence of much older settlements on the island, and it is these even older parts that are usually associated with the Arthurian legends. Following the collapse of the Roman Empire, the region became a part of the kingdom called Dumnonia, and it is likely there was some kind of royal settlement here. The legends are first mentioned by Geoffrey of Monmouth in the 12th century book, where he wrote that the King Uther Pendragon was magically disguised by Merlin so he could sneak into the castle to get it on with a grain, and thus King Arthur was conceived. The castle and its site are now owned by Prince William but operated by English Heritage. The entrance fee will vary depending on the date, so check the website before visiting. With up to 200,000 visitors a year, it can get very busy, so I recommend avoiding peak times. The castle can be accessed on foot via a long path from the village. The castle is split into two sections. On the land side is the lower ward, which would have been the original courtyard and entrance to the castle. Just above is the upper ward. This is a great spot to take in epic views of the site and the surrounding coastline. After exploring the upper and lower wards, you can cross the modern suspension bridge to the island. This bridge was opened in 2019 to allow easier access between the two halves. When I visited in the past, you had to climb up and down all these steps to access the island, which was honestly quite exhausting. Once across the bridge, you will reach the remains of the Great Hall. Here you'll find the famous entrance where everybody seems to like taking selfies. And I had to wait quite some time to get a shot without too many people in it. Once through the gate, there are many different paths to explore, as well as exposed foundations of many old buildings. During my visit in May, the entire site seems to be covered in flowers and looked really stunning. Following the main path will eventually lead you to the highest part of the island. Here you will find more stunning views over the sea, as well as another great location for a photo. This statue from 2016 called Gallos may or may not be King Arthur. You can decide. There are even more ruined structures up here, including a chapel. As you make your way down, be sure to stop and admire more spectacular views. The exit from the castle takes you down under the modern bridge, where you can find a tea room, exhibition space and other amenities. Below the castle is a small beach which can be accessed by some steps. At time of visiting, these steps were partly eroded away and the way to the beach was very tricky. From the beach you can visit Merlin's cave, home to the legendary wizard. It can only be accessed at low tide, so be sure to check tide times if you want to go inside. I had a good look around for Merlin, but sadly he didn't appear to be home. There is also a carving of his face just outside which I somehow forgot to record, so keep your eyes peeled for that. The beach is small and pleasant and gives a great view of the small waterfall that cascades down into the beach. The coastal scenery all around the castle is simply stunning. I highly recommend spending some time exploring the parts on both sides. There's plenty to see, including the famous Camelot Castle Hotel and the medieval church of St. Matriana's. The path also connects up with the southwest coastal path, which stretches for hundreds of miles around Devon and Cornwall. That's it for my guide to Tintagel. If you enjoyed this location, then be sure to check out my other videos from Cornwall and Devon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and cheerio!